Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. My name is Omobabiri Adeola Oshideko, and I want to warmly welcome you to today's show. I want to thank God for keeping us throughout the last week, and here we are today again. Let me try and invite few people to join us. Let me try and invite few people to join us. If you're online, please say hi, say hello, and let me know where you're watching me from. Good evening, everyone. My name is Omobabiri Adeola Oshideko. You're welcome to today's show. And today we'll be talking about something that is very, very sensitive. I'm trying to invite few people to join us online so that it will not look like we are the only one that will come. I want to invite few people to join us. Today we'll be discussing a very sensitive topic titled anger versus bitterness. What is the difference between anger and bitterness? I hope other people will join us. I hope other people will join us. You're welcome. Please, if you're online, let me know where you're watching me from. I am trying to invite some other people to join us. Let me know where you're watching from if you are online. My name is Omobabiri Adeola Oshideko. Good evening, everyone. Let me know where you're watching from. Hi, Adeola. I'm watching from Bagada. I'm watching from Anambra. I'm watching from Onitsha. Or I'm watching from London. Or you're watching from Germany. Let me know where you're watching me from. Good evening. And we want to really thank God for bringing us back safely this evening. I am sorry I did not come online yesterday because we had issues with our lights here. Very, very unusual, but thank God it was fixed that same yesterday. But I've already announced that the online show is not going to be holding. That is why I just have to come up today. So today we'll be talking about a very sensitive topic. But before I start, let me just introduce myself. My name is Omobabiri Adeola Oshideko. I am an accountant by training, but I have passion for public speaking, and that is why you are seeing me every Monday on your screen, on the screen of your phone. So, I am also a public speaker. I'm a certified public speaker. I have authored a book. I am a writer, and I am also a training consultant. And today we'll be talking about bitterness and anger. We want to really look at it. What does it mean to be bittered? What does it mean to be angry? Anger is just like one of the emotions that we have as human beings. We have feelings. You cannot just be human without having feelings. In fact, that is one of the things that makes us human. And that is one of the things that makes us different from every other creature. Now, anger is one of the most popular. Let me use that word. Anger is one of the most popular. Good evening, Mr. Olusegun Dada. Thank you for joining me, sir. Good evening, Fuja Mojola. Thank you, Okoli. Thank you, Omolara. Thank you all for joining me. I don't want to start mentioning name over and over so that I will not keep us waiting. So let me just continue. I said today we'll be discussing about anger and bitterness. Last week we discussed about the blame game, and we explained why some people blame other people for their misfortune. Instead of them to pick their bag and baggages and move on, they kept blaming people. They kept blaming their uncle that did not send them to school. They kept blaming Buhari and Atiku. They blame everybody. In fact, they blame their parents that their parents did not send them to the most expensive school in town. That is why they are not successful. They blame everybody. They blame their husband. They blame their wife. They blame their children. They blame everybody. And at the end of the day, what happens to them? They are just stagnant. They are still on the same spot because they have failed to take up responsibility. They have failed to realize that things happen to people at times and you are not just in control of it. Your parents might wish they want to send you to an expensive school, but they are not just in control of it. Somebody said I should not forget that I'm also an ethics coach. Yes, I'm a personal development coach. And in personal development, it's inside personal development that we have all ethics, etiquette, communication skill, personality development, emotional intelligence. So let me just say I am a personal development coach. Sorry, I used to forget that part of me. You know, I do a lot of things anyway. So most times I might not be able to just bring everything together. So let me just read from my paper here. I have here that anger is a short-lived reaction, while bitterness is a sustained feeling. That is one of the key difference between anger and bitterness. While anger is like a short feeling, bitterness is like a prolonged feeling, something we experience for a longer time. When we get angry when we feel wrong. And let me just say this. It is not wrong for you to be angry. It is not wrong for you to be. It is normal. In fact, if you have not been hungry before, I am not sure you belong to us. You belong to this planet Earth. I'm not sure you are part of us here. If you have never been hungry before, so being angry is one of the traits or one of the characteristics of human being. So we express our displeasure about things when we are hungry. We react to things that are unfavorable or we don't find comfortable with. That is when we get angry. Now, the problem only comes where you cannot manage your hunger. So I tell people that it is not a crime to be hungry, but the problem comes when you are unable to manage your hunger. That is where the problem comes. When you prolong your hunger, it becomes bitterness. And bitterness is a very, very, very dangerous thing. Bitterness is like a senior brother of anger. It's like an updated version of anger. And bitterness kills. I am going to be explaining the dangers of bitterness today. Anger also has its own dangers, but it is only dangerous for us when we prolong it, when we just stretch it unnecessarily. So let me just read out. Anger is a completely normal reaction, and it can be just as good for us as it can be a bad thing. So that means anger can be a good thing, and it can also be a bad thing. When does it become a bad thing? When you refuse to manage it, or when you prolong it unnecessarily, or when you start overreacting. That is when anger becomes a bad thing. But anger is actually a good thing, and I will be explaining why anger is a good thing. So anger is having two sides now. We are saying anger is good, and anger is also bad. So what makes anger good? Anger is a normal reaction to feeling wronged. So when you react to something that has been done to you, a wrong thing that has been done to you, when you react to it, that is anger. Now, people will not know what you like or what you hate if you don't react. Now, if you do things for me and I don't react, you won't know whether I like that thing or not. When you slap me now, if I don't get angry, you won't know that that particular thing that you have done for me is not good. So next time you can still come over and slap me again. You understand? So anger is actually a reaction to a wrongdoing on our part. Anger is an emotion. I have explained that we all experience. It's not even most of us, all of us at one point or the other, we get angry about things that we don't like. And it's actually critical. It is actually crucial for our survival. If you want to survive, that there has to be a point when you will show your displeasure about certain things. Good evening, Ajayolu Ashola. Good evening, Mrs. Omotayo. Good evening, Prince Vincent. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Good evening, Onimisi Tunde. Good evening, Temitokpe Oni. You're all welcome to today's show. And today we are talking about anger and bitterness. We are trying to explain the difference between the two. We are trying to explain the dangers of the two. And we are trying to explain the effects of the two if they are not properly managed. So, another good thing, I said anger has two sides, the good side and the bad side. So, another good thing about anger is that it's a defense mechanism. We use anger to defend ourselves. when something wrong is being done to you, you can only show that you don't like that thing when you show your anger, when you are hungry. People already know that this particular thing, you don't like it. So it's like a way of showing our displeasure, and it's like a defense mechanism. We use it to defend ourselves. When something, for instance, the example that I made, if somebody slap you now and you are not angry about it, that means you like it. You like to be slapped. So the next time the person will come over and slap you again. But once you are angry, it's like a defense. Good evening, Balanle. Thank you for joining me. It's like you are using that anger to defend yourself. And using anger in a positive way means taking time to understand why we feel the way we are feeling. When you are not happy about something, the best thing for you is to show your displeasure. And how can you show your displeasure? Is by getting angry. Now, let me read it. Let me read this to you. We use anger. Anger is a feeling. Anger is an emotion. So we use anger to be assertive, to take our stand about what are important to us. She's watching me live today. Yes, you are watching me live today. So I said anger is a way to be assertive, a way to stand your ground. I don't like this thing. Please don't do this thing to me again. So what are you saying? What are you doing? You are showing your assertiveness. You are taking your stand. This is my stand. I don't like this thing. Don't do it to me again. You can't say that when you are not angry. You can only say it when you are like showing that you are disproving a particular thing. So those are the good side of anger. Anger makes you to show your assertiveness about something. It makes you to stand your ground and say, this is what I want. Anything lesser than this, I am not going to take it. And I have treated a topic on this show before. The title of that particular show is Maintaining Healthy Boundaries in Relationships. So anger is one of the ways that you can actually use. Good evening, Solomon. Thank you for joining me. So, thank you, Benjamin. Thank you, Sandra Benjamin. Thank you for joining me. So I said anger is one of the ways you can use to show to maintain your stand about a particular thing. This thing, I don't want it. So those are some of the examples. Those are some of the good side of anger. And now let's go to bitterness. Okay, let me just read this to you before I proceed. Think about this. How do you react when someone shouts at you or cross your point? How do you react? Probably not well. If somebody cross your boundary, you are not always happy about it. You get angry and you show your reaction immediately that you're not angry. Good evening, Oloyedelawa. Thank you for joining me. Good evening, Ireti Ogo Infinity. Thank you for joining me. But when we react to things we don't like, they turn it to another thing. So it is better to keep away from people that cause us to be angry. No. Let me continue. I will get to that now. Now, I am just at the edge of talking about that. If we express our anger by being verbally abusive or acting violent, no one is going to respect us. That is the point. When you are being abusive, when you are being aggressive by expressing your anger, nobody is going to respect you. Now, that is one of the key things. That's one of the major reasons why I come online to discuss this. Because people think to get angry is wrong. To get angry is not wrong. You are actually wrong at the point where you cannot manage your anger very well. That is the point that you become wrong. Now, when you are verbally abusive, when you are aggressive, that is no longer anger. You are no longer expressing your displeasure. You are becoming very violent, you are becoming very aggressive, and you are abusing somebody verbally. That is no longer anger. That is something else. And I can say that is now rudeness. You are now becoming rude. You're now becoming very rude. You're now becoming very violent. There are some things that you cannot take with violence, but you show your displeasure. You don't need to be abusive. You don't need to abuse anybody when you are showing your displeasure. There are 1001 ways you can tell somebody to go to hell, and you will not say it straight off, go to hell. So there are tactical ways, there are wise ways that you can go about expressing your displeasure about something without being abusive, without being violent, without being aggressive. I hope, yes. So the best way to earn other people's respect is for us to control ourselves. Now, it is not wrong for you to be hungry. I repeat again, it is not wrong for you to be hungry. It is actually wrong for you not to be able to take charge over that hunger. When you become very angry, that the anger now control you, that is something else. And that has become bitterness. So people at times don't know the difference between anger and bitterness. They just say, you have anger issues. You have anger issues. Somebody trying to express his or her displeasure about something is not anger issue. It's not a problem. There is no better way they can say it than to express their feelings about that particular thing. If you're just joining us, good evening and you're welcome to this show. My name is Omoba Birin Adeola Oshideko, and today we will be talking, or let me say today we are talking about bitterness and anger. Bitterness and anger. So the best way of any other people's respect is for us to be able to control ourselves whenever we are hungry. Whenever we are hungry. And that about anger. I have talked about the good side of anger. I have talked about the bad side of anger. Now let us go to bitterness. Bitterness is the senior brother. I call bitterness the senior brother. Bitterness is the senior brother of anger. And bitterness is so bad. Bitterness does not have any good side at all. Bitterness is destructive. Bitterness is dangerous. Bitterness is suicidal. Bitterness is bad. Bitterness can destroy someone. So bitterness is a no. And how can you know when you become bitter? You know, it is like step by step. It first starts from anger. And if you don't manage that anger well, it will graduate to bitterness. Now, what are the signs that you will see that will make you know that you are becoming bittered or becoming embittered? What are the signs? What are the symptoms that you will see in yourself that will make you know that you are now becoming very, very bittered? Let me just say, okay, I have explained that bitterness is a long feeling, is a prolonged feeling of anger. Bitterness does not go easily. Bitterness is like you are dwelling on something over and over and you refuse to let go of that particular thing. Excuse me, let me take water. Bitterness is like you're just particular about a particular thing and you will not just let go. You are just talking about, you keep talking about it. Even 20 years after, you keep talking about that same thing. That particular thing, you keep talking and everybody is saying, by now you should have forgotten this thing. You say, no, I can never forget. That thing, do you know how it pained me? You are just over and over on that particular, that is bitterness. And you really need to watch it. When you get angry and you don't control it, it leads to bitterness. When you are bittered, it leads to depression. When you are depressed, suicidal thoughts start coming in. And when suicidal thoughts start coming in, then you are at the edge of committing suicide. And if you don't commit suicide, you will be hypertensive. You will have stroke. So that is why you just have to stay away from bitterness. Mrs. Ogutade is saying something here. Ma, what if that pain has been ingrained in for years, from bitterness, from anger to bitterness, and you cannot express it out because of avoiding confrontation, and the same person keep repeating that sin? I'm going to talk about that. Can depression also cause bitterness? No, it is bitterness that causes depression. You cannot just wake up one day and be depressed. Something would have caused it. So bitterness is like an accumulation of hurts that you refuse to let go. Things that has happened to you and you cannot just forgive yourself. You cannot just let go of that thing. You kept talking about it over and over again. And I'm going to be sharing with you. Just stay online with me, please. Don't go anywhere. Stay online with me. If you are going to be using your 200 MB data to listen to it, I think it will be more beneficial than using your 200 MB to watch something else. I encourage you to stay glued to your phone. Please stay online. Now, this is the way bitterness happens. Bitterness is anger that has been suppressed. Hey, Debola, good evening. You're welcome. Adebayo Adetayo. You're welcome, madam. Thank you for joining me. I think this is the first time I'll be seeing you on my program. Austin, you're welcome. I hope you're online with me. So, I said bitterness is like a suppressed anger. And that is the danger. When you are angry, I hope you can listen to me very well. When you are hungry, please express your anger. Don't let anybody come and tell you, why are you now hungry? Tell them it is normal to be hungry. And anger is one of the ways to express my displeasure. Don't let anybody allow you to suppress your anger. Now, that is what happened. That is the foundation of bitterness. Suppressed anger. When you are hungry and you find it very difficult. Good evening. My mom is online. Good evening, ma. Thank you for joining us. Good evening, Mosumala. Thank you for joining us. Today we are treating the topic bitterness and anger. And we are trying to explain the difference between anger and bitterness. Now, I said anger is like, bitterness is like a suppressed version of anger. When you are hungry and you refuse to express that anger, you suppress it. Say, I don't want to talk. If I talk now, they say your laugh come again. I don't want to talk. You suppress it today. The next day you suppress it. The next day you suppress it. By the time that suppression will be full, you will explode. And the explosion will be very, very disastrous. So when you are hungry, express it. But when you are expressing your anger, make sure you are cautious. You are cautious about how you experience your anger. Make sure you are in control of yourself. Don't let the anger control you. Control the anger. But make sure you express your displeasure. Make sure you express your displeasure. By the time you keep accumulating and accumulating, that is what I do. Not until I come across emotional intelligence. That is where I learned a lot about all these things. When someone offends me before now, I will not talk. I just say, no, I don't want to talk. So that they will not say Diola has come again. So that they will not say Diola is angry. So that they will not say Diola is stubborn. So that they will not say Diola is this. I will not keep it. You will do another thing for me, I will keep it. You do another one, I will keep it. And before you know it, one day, I will just explode. And you will be asking yourself, what is easy about this little thing? Okay, I will actually answer all those questions maybe after I finish this video, because I don't want to keep other people waiting. So I will reply on the questions when I finish this video, because I actually have a lot of things to discuss today, and I don't want to take our time. So I said, when you are hungry, make sure you express it. And this is very, very common in marriages. Excuse me. When your spouse offends you, your wife or your husband, make sure you don't sweep it under the carpet. Make sure you don't do your face as if nothing has happened. Express it. This thing that you did yesterday, why did you do that? I don't like it. I don't like it, and I don't want you to do it again because I don't like it, because it's this and this and this and this are the implication of what you just did. I don't like it. Express your displeasure. And when you are expressing it, make sure you are expressing it in a matured way. Don't go in the public and start shouting on your spouse because he has done something that is not good. Don't start shouting on your spouse in front of your children. Don't do it in a way that will now rekindle the fire and everything will just explode. Or better still, look for a very good time. Most of the time, what I do is that I will allow the issue to die a bit. Yes, suppression of anger leads to depression. And depression leads to what? Suicide. And if it doesn't lead to suicide, it leads to hypertension or stroke. So when you are hungry, express it. I will recommend for people that are having issues, anger and I have once been in your shoes. Anger and bitterness. I have once been in your shoes, and what saved me is emotional intelligence training. That training, this is not a matter of I am not working in the office. I am not working in the company. I am a business person. This is not just about business people or about people working in the office. It's about everybody. I am a personal development coach, and what I teach here every week is about personal development. So regardless of whether you work in the office or you don't work, whether you're a student, whether you're a business person, these are the normal things. When I say personal development, it's just for your own benefit. It's for your personal health. It's for your mental and emotional health. Emotional intelligence is a training you really need to go and take. It's a training you really need to go. If you're having issues with your anger and bitterness, I am a very, very very bad person before now when it comes to anger and bitterness. I am a very bitter person. What saved me? Emotional intelligence. Yes, Mosumola is saying it. Everybody needs emotional intelligence. Everybody needs emotional intelligence. I am not going to be able to express the way out here today. I am just making you, this is like an awareness to make you to be aware that there is something called bitterness. And bitterness and anger are not the same thing. Now, let me quickly ask you a question. There is this thing, or let me say there is this case that was trending since last week about Auntie Taiwo. You know Auntie Taiwo now? All of us know Auntie Taiwo. Auntie Taiwo, they smell nice, you know now. Now, let me ask you. I have 4 people online now. In your own opinion, I have explained the difference between bitterness and anger now. In your own opinion, did you think Auntie Taiwo is embittered, or anger? Or hungry, sorry. Pardon my English. Do you think Auntie Taiwo is embittered or Auntie Taiwo is angry? I need the comments. I need your opinion in the comment section. Let me have your opinion in the comment section. It is very, very, I don't even know that this case of Auntie Taiwo is going to be coming up this last week. I have announced since last week that I'm going to be treating bitterness today. So I did not even know that Auntie Taiwo's case will spring up during the week. Eventually, Auntie Taiwo, the perfume interviewer came up, and I was just like, wow, this is just very close to what I want to discuss. So let me have your opinion in the comment section. Did you think Auntie Taiwo is angry or Auntie Taiwo is embittered? You know that Auntie Taiwo now. Let me have your opinion in the comment section. I want to have your opinion. I want to know what you feel about that particular case. I am not saying that you should come here to tell me whether Auntie Taiwo is right or wrong. I am just saying, in your own opinion, do you think Auntie Taiwo is angry or embittered? So because today we are trying to differentiate between anger and bitterness. Auntie Taiwo is angry. Okay, somebody said Auntie Taiwo is angry. I want more comments. Please let the comments roll in. For people that are just joining us, we are treating bitterness and anger, and I want you to stay glued to your phone. This is a very important topic. This is a topic that has destroyed a lot of marriages. Some people have been sent out of job because of anger issues, if you don't know. Some people have been sent out of job because of anger issues. Some people have lost a lot of things because of anger and bitterness. Some people have died. A lot of people have died because of bitterness, depression, suicide. So this is not a topic for you to come online and go offline again. No. The time you will use to go and do other things, please pay attention. We are going to be rounding this show up very soon. Please give me in the comment section, do you think Auntie Taiwo is angry or embittered? I want to hear your opinion. Let me take water while you are typing. I'm still waiting. I'm not going to move. Mercy, I can see you online. Mercy. Leonard colleague, Solomon, I want your opinion. I want your opinion in the comment section. Did you think Auntie Taiwo is angry? Do you think Auntie Taiwo is angry or embittered? I want to hear your opinion. If you don't give me your opinion, I'm not going to leave this place today. I'm not going to leave this. For people that are just joining us today, you are welcome to the show. Crystal Clear with Omoba Bimri. And today we are discussing the topic bitterness and anger. We are trying to differentiate between anger and bitterness. What are the dangers of bitterness? When does anger becomes bitterness? At what point do you need to start checking yourself that you are getting embittered and not angry again? Nobody is saying anything. Or am I the one that is not saying it? Now only me waka come. You are not responding, please. Let me have your opinion. Don't pretend as if you don't know Auntie Taiwo's case. So don't come and pretend here. We all know the case of Auntie Taiwo. Smell nice. Smell nice. If you did not remember, let me remind you, smell nice. Smell. Where Auntie Taiwo is the interviewer. And the interviewee is telling Auntie Taiwo that Auntie Taiwo is smelling nice. In that particular case, did you think Auntie Taiwo is angry or embittered? I want to hear your opinion. If you don't give me your opinion, I'm not going to continue this show. Let your opinion roll in. I think I'm the one not saying your opinion. Or you miss Auntie Taiwo's gist, or you really need to go and check that Auntie Taiwo's gist too. It's actually very, very interesting and very, very educative, informative. Let me use that word. So, since you have refused to give me your opinion, Auntie Taiwo has complex issues. She was embittered at something or someone and transfer the aggression. Why did you conclude? Okay, I've seen your response. Why did you conclude that Auntie Taiwo was embittered? What are the symptoms that you see in Auntie Taiwo's case that make you conclude? Because the problem is that we actually do not know the difference between all those things. We just mix them up. We just say somebody is angry, somebody is embittered. Somebody that is embittered, you said that person is angry. And somebody that is angry, you said the person is embittered. Yes, I have read your comment. You said Auntie Taiwo was embittered. Now, I am saying, I have given you like two characteristics of bitterness. And one of the characteristics of bitterness that I gave you is that bitterness is a prolonged anger. Bitterness is a suppressed anger. If you refuse to express your anger about a particular thing, she was angry and therefore expressed her disposition on an interviewee. However, it is possible she was embittered too and had to offload. I love those comments. I love those comments from Austin. Thank you very much for this comment. Austin said she was angry and therefore expressed her disposition on her interviewee. However, it is possible she was embittered too and she had to offload it all on the guy. Thank you very much for that wonderful comment. And let me just say this. Auntie Taiwo was angry and Auntie Taiwo was embittered. Someone said Auntie Taiwo was just a disciplinarian. Auntie Taiwo was actually angry and Auntie Taiwo was later embittered. Now, most of us, we did not take our time to check that Auntie Taiwo's case very well. We just conclude, boom. Because some people came online to come and attack Auntie Taiwo, especially the guys that did not like the fact that Auntie Taiwo rejected the guy's endearment or whatever, compliments. Now, at that point, the Auntie Taiwo replied the guy. Auntie Taiwo was just angry. Auntie Taiwo told the guy, "You are rude." That was what she said. She told the guy, "You are rude." And the guy left. Now, when the guy left, she now came online. That is bitterness. She now came online to express her feelings. At that particular point, Auntie Taiwo has told the guy, "You are rude." And that should settle the case. Now, coming online to come and insult all men now is bitterness. It's like you have graduated from anger to bitterness. Now, if ordinarily, what I do not support is the fact that people are saying that Auntie Taiwo should have corrected the guy, and Auntie Taiwo should have not tell the guy that he is rude. The guy was rude. That is whether you like what I'm saying or not, the guy was rude. You went for an interview. Do your interview, carry your bag, say thank you, and leave. No, there is no need for any unnecessary compliments. Now, Auntie Taiwo was angry, and that was why Auntie Taiwo replied the guy that you are rude. And that should have ended the whole scenario. Now, Auntie Taiwo now took it further by insulting all men, that all men are mannerless. Most men are mannerless. So it is for the fact that Auntie Taiwo expressed her displeasure about that particular thing, she wasn't wrong. Auntie Taiwo was 100% right to express her displeasure about an unwarranted compliment coming from an opposite sex. She wasn't wrong. She was actually very right. And that's why I say bitterness is a prolonged anger. That should have settled it, sincerely speaking. If Auntie Taiwo want to come online to come and tell us how, yes, you must imbibe the spirit of courtesy when you go for interview. This is Nigeria. Even abroad, this is not just about Nigeria. Even abroad, you have to maintain decorum. That is just that, by the way. Now, Auntie Taiwo should have come. If Auntie Taiwo wants to, okay, she wants to share her experience with us. Coming online to share the experience with us is not a bad thing. So most times we also share our personal experience. It's just that Auntie Taiwo's case went wrong. So don't let us come here and be deceiving. You know, a lot of analysis were just going on this Auntie Taiwo issue. I was just looking at them. I was just smiling. Now, a lot of us also come online to come and express our displeasure about a lot of things. Maybe you have some arguments with the conductor. You know, you just come online, come and share your experience. Even me, I share my experience with my husband, with my children online too. So I just share them maybe jokingly. Like, did you see what my child did today? Did you see what my daughter did? You know, one day when my daughter said, my mommy, you are very rich, oh, things like that. We all come online to come and share stuff, whether personal or professional. Now, it is not wrong that Auntie Taiwo came online to come and share our experience during the interview with us. The point where Auntie Taiwo got it wrong is where she now said most men are mannerless. That is the embittered part of it. Now, let me quickly give you like 5 points. The difference between anger and bitterness. Anger can pass quickly. You just express, boo, 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 I don't like it. Don't tell me I am stupid. I don't like it. Don't use that kind of voice for me again. Please. And that is the end. And in the next 5 minutes, you are saying, Bode, please, that file, can you give it to me? It is over. Yes, she is actually angry and embittered. Yes, I have explained that now, because you have issues with, even if she is going to condemn that act, there is a way she can actually put it that makes it look more mature and more intelligent. But Auntie Taiwo was not wrong. Yes, we all put stuff online. Because someone's post now went wrong or what now went viral doesn't mean that it's wrong. You know, people just come online to come and judge other people. Things that you do ordinarily that doesn't catch attention. Other people will do it and you will begin to castigate them. I don't understand. Let me just continue. Anger. Okay. Someone that is embittered gets angry unnecessarily. And they tend to overreact even when they have need to be genuinely show. Okay, maybe she wanted to write when they have need to genuinely show anger. Overreaction to his anger. It's bitterness. That's what I'm saying. Prolonged anger. Overreaction is when you just prolong. You just stretch something more than necessary. You understand? That is bitterness. Anger is normal. And let me say this. Anger is subjective. We really need to have that at the back of our mind. Something that will do to you that you will not get angry. You might do it to someone else and that person will get angry. That doesn't mean they are bad. And that doesn't mean they are embittered. So, you might think something is not a big deal. And somebody pick a big deal out of it. There's another case, all this case of dear. Somebody calling somebody else's husband dear. I'm not going to be going into full details of that case. But I am saying something that you see as something that is casual. Something that is not a big deal. Somebody can actually see it as a big deal. So they have rights to their feelings. Now, the overreaction part of it is the problem. The overreaction part of it is the problem. I said anger can pass quickly. Bitterness lashes on and doesn't let go. You don't let go. You just hold on to that particular thing. You say, no, did you know what she did for me? I can never forget. No, I cannot even just forget like that. What do you mean? Yes, I cannot say the woman is wrong. I cannot say the woman is right. It is being angry is subjective. You can slap somebody now and the person will not talk. And you will slap another person and the person will flare up. Now, we don't have the same temperament, and that is why we need to be very, very careful the way we relate with people, especially strangers. Young people, you are here. When you go for interview, when you go for occasions, when you go for events, when somebody invites you for a program, coordinate yourself well, because you don't know the other person's emotion, or you don't know their temperament, you don't know their personality, you don't know maybe small thing gets them angry. And if that person is supposed to be your helper, that is how you are going to miss the help. So don't go and follow multitude on Facebook and say, hey, somebody that says somebody's manners is not bad. Hey, somebody can say it's not a big deal. Yes, for you it cannot be a big deal, but for someone else it can be a big deal. So that is why you have to be very, very careful when you are choosing your words, especially to strangers, people that you do not know. I am a personal development coach. I am not a motivational speaker. So if you are expecting me to pamper you, to rub hands on your head, to say, don't worry, there's nothing bad in it, you are in a wrong place. You are in a wrong place. I am a personal development coach. I say it as it is. You can either accept or you don't accept. So, because you don't know, I keep saying it, please, a lot of people need to go and do emotional intelligence training. This is not just about whether you work in the office or not. It is a must for everybody. Emotional intelligence training is a must for everybody. Now, if you understand other people's emotion, you will not just pick your words anyhow. You will be cautious of the words you use, especially people that you are not familiar with, people that you are not close with. Now, Mercy is like a sister to me. There are some things that I can tell Mercy that I cannot tell who is online, Solomon, because we are not close. Solomon is a colleague that I met online on Facebook. So far, we have been a bit close, but we don't have personal relationship. So when I want to talk to Solomon, I have to choose my words because I am not sure what will make Solomon angry. When they are in power, though it is unfairness to be rude. Yes, I understand that part you're coming from. Yes, some ladies actually use their position to oppress other people. But if you're online with me last week, you discovered that I talked a lot about my boss, my former boss, Morenike Ogunowo. She was one of the best female bosses I've ever worked with. Is she the only female boss I have ever worked with? Morenike Ogunowo is the only female boss that I have ever worked with. And she is superb. She's wow. She's awesome. She's awesome. That doesn't mean that Morenike is 100% perfect. But I am saying she's better. Now, it is not all women that use their position to oppress other people. And because some women, they want to feel defensive. They want to defend their position. They want to portray a kind of behavior that will make other people to fear them because they are a woman. They now want to do things that will make people to fear them and say, because I'm a woman, they might want to be rude. So let me put up this trait. You don't need it as a woman. Ordinarily, your work, your character, your attitude will bring respect, will earn you respect. You don't need to do some things all in the name of you want to earn respect or you want to demand respect from people. No. You can actually do your job and people will still respect you as a woman. So, anger isn't bad. Bitterness is never good. Anger is not bad, but bitterness is bad. Bitterness does not have any good side at all. Please don't be bittered. Please. Whatever is making you bitter, get help. We can control anger, but bitterness control us. You can only control anger, but bitterness, you can control bitterness. So it is even bitterness that will be controlling you. It is that bad. Anger is about the present hurt, and bitterness is about the past hurt. And that is why I mentioned Auntie Taiwo's case. Presently, I am hungry. But when it becomes a case of tomorrow or day after tomorrow, then it becomes bitterness. That is no longer hunger. When I kept talking about that thing, no, you did not hear what I said. He stepped on me. Do you know what it means for somebody to step on me? That is becoming bitterness. Anger is loud, but bitterness is quiet. Isn't that awkward? Anger is very loud, but bitterness is quiet. When somebody is embittered, the person will hardly talk. They will not talk. Those are the people that will not talk. They are embittered. That is why they say they are sadists. People that are sadists are also, most of the time embittered. They keep things. They don't want to talk. I don't want anybody to now say I'm the one that is talking. They keep that thing. And right inside of them, it keeps piling up. It is easy to forgive when one is just angry, yes. But when one is embittered, it takes a long time to forgive. Forgiveness might even be difficult for an embittered. In fact, an embittered person is not even forgiveness alone. The person needs to go for therapy. The person needs to go for counseling. The person needs professional help. And bitterness is like a higher level version of, I don't know. Bitterness is bad. And that is why you have to take care of your anger. When it is still anger, don't allow your anger to graduate to bitterness before you caution it. So I have talked about that. And let me quickly say, yes, you know, Barrister Abiade is like a sister to me. I also met her online, but she has been very, very, very wonderful ever since I've met her. I met her online 2015, and Barrister Abiade has attended a lot of my, not a lot though, just one, sorry. She attended my last public speaking, and I know a lot of people here can testify to Barrister Abiade's delivery. So thank you for that. Bitterness keeps us from being happy. When you are bitter, you are not happy. You are sad. You are just frowning your face every day. You are like, good morning, good morning. And you are not looking happy today. I'm fine. I'm okay. There's nothing. But no, please, I'm okay. You know, you just keep frowning. To even laugh, problem. To greet somebody, voila. When they greet you, to answer, you jog. That is bitterness. You really need to start watching it. And bitterness ruins our relationship with people. You cannot be embittered and have good relationship with other people. Because I am greeting you, you are finding it difficult to answer. Next day, I might not even want to greet you. I will say, well, what is this now? Who is this person? We are greeting her every day and she's not answering. What is it now? Are you the only one that has problem? You know, bitterness ruins our relationship with people. Bitterness provides no value. Anger involves loud emotional outbursts. When you are angry, like, no, don't tell me that I'm mad. Please, don't you ever tell me, we are just talking. Normal conversation and you are telling me that I am mad. What do you mean by that? I am not mad, please. Excuse me. Don't tell me that I'm mad again. That is anger. Now, bitterness is, you said I'm mad. That one I say, you are mad. I'm mad. And bitterness will not go inside the room and start thinking about it. The girl said, I'm mad. I am going to show her. Tomorrow, when she gives me that file, I'm not going to treat it. In fact, I'm going to tell the director that she did not give me the file on time. What else can I do for her? Bitterness is when you are now strategizing on how to revenge on other people. And we know revenge is very, very bad. Revenge is bad. At times, you might not... Most of the time, you are not in the best position to take revenge. You are not. I believe in the law of karma and I believe in God. I believe in nature. Nature has a way of dealing with people that has wronged you. If you know that you did not do anything bad to someone and the person did something bad to you, there is a way nature will deal with them. So allow nature to handle them. But when you are planning on revenge, you are beginning to become embittered. And that can lead to a lot of things. So let me just be rounding up this video quickly. I don't have my wristwatch here. I've spent close to 1 hour. Anger can be managed, but bitterness will control you. Bitterness, on the other hand, is internal. Something that happens within you. Nobody even knows that you are embittered. Nobody even know. It burns you within. It burns you like fire within. Anger, you spill out your words. Everybody knows that Deola is angry. Deola is angry. Everybody knows you're hungry. But bitterness, nobody knows that you are bitter. You are right there in your corner, in the corner of your heart, planning revenge, planning coup, planning bad things for the other person just because they have offended you. Instead of you to express your displeasure, you are there nursing the hunger. And you are nursing the hunger. You are putting water. It's just like when you are nursing a plant. When you plant a beans or a maize and you are putting water, you are nursing it. You are putting water every day. It will keep germinating, and before you know it, it will become a tree one day. And that is where it becomes very, very dangerous. Bitterness kills faster. I cannot overemphasize that. Bitterness kills faster. And bitterness leads to depression. Bitterness leads to suicide. Bitterness leads to a lot of bad things. You lose your relationship with people. You lose your happiness. You become stagnant because you won't even be able to think straight. You will just keep thinking about something that has happened in the past. Bitterness is when you refuse to let go of some things that have happened to you in the past. And it is on this note I am bringing this conversation. So Mosu said, excuse me, Mosu said some of us can frown, but it doesn't mean we are bitter. Frown is different from frown. There's some frown that you actually know that this person is bitter. And if you are frowning, don't say, that is how my face is, so that is how God do my face. You can learn it. There is nothing that you cannot learn here on heart. There is actually nothing that you cannot learn. A lot of things you can learn. You can learn how to be cheerful. You can learn how to be happy. Let me tell you, me. That question, someone said, how can we control persons with bitterness? I cannot handle that question here. Anybody that is bitter, we need to go for professional help. We need to go for therapy. We need to pray. Most importantly, you have to pray about it. Tell God that this bitterness, take it away. That thing that is causing you pain, just take it away. Take it away. Take it away. And while you are praying, remember the Bible says, walk and pray. Watch and pray. When you are praying, don't leave that watch part. And that watch part is what we are discussing every week on this program. Watch. Some things you need to do to control it. Some things you need to watch. Some things you need to avoid. I cannot go into details of that now, but I will recommend emotional intelligence training for you. My organization is organizing one on the 25th of May. It's on a Saturday, the last Saturday in May. My organization is organizing an emotional intelligence training. And there you can ask all the questions you want to ask about all the emotions: love, happiness, betrayal, anger, everything about emotions, how you can manage your emotions, how you can manage other people's emotion, and so on and so forth. The training is not free. It's not free. It's not free. Because when I wanted to do the training myself to get over my anger and my bitterness issue, I did not do it for free. I paid. The training is 10,000 naira. The training is 10,000 naira, and the training is going to cover your feeding, your lunch, tea break, certificate, and your training material. So it's as good as you are not even paying anything. You eat lunch, you take tea break, you get certificate, and you get training material. So it is not free. The training is 10,000 naira. If you really want to know more about emotional intelligence training, if you want to know more about your emotions, how you can manage your emotion and other people's emotion, and it is not just, the training is not just about emotional intelligence. The training is also about self-concept. You want to know about yourself. Self-love, self-forgiveness, self-efficacy, self-confidence. If you are suffering from self-confidence, it's a big issue. Self-esteem, self-forgiveness, self-healing. In particular, self-healing. You know, most of the time, bitterness springs out from unforgiveness. When you refuse to forgive yourself of the things you have done to yourself in the past. Some of those things that you have done, some of those horrible things you have done to yourself in the past. Maybe you're supposed to take a training, you did not take it. You did some horrible things in the past, and you cannot just find a place in your heart to forgive yourself. How do you treat it? How do you manage it? Yes. Most of the time, you cannot help someone with bitterness unless the person actually know he or she has a problem and is willing to work on it. Yes, and that is why we are asking them to pay. We are not making it for free, because if you don't see any problem in yourself, you will not come and pay 10,000 for a particular thing. So it is when you have actually identified that you are bittered, or you are getting angry unnecessarily, you are overreacting, or you have problem with some of your other emotions. Love. It is not just anger. Anger is not just the only thing we teach in emotional love. Some of you young ladies, I don't know how I can explain this, that this is a training that you just have to attend. Some of you young ladies, you just love. You love and you love, I don't know, you love and you forget your brain. You love outside your brain. You love without you don't use your sense when you are loving. Yes. Someone said most times when one expresses our feelings about one's anger, some people say they nag or complain too much, and that is why you have to attend this training. That's why you have. I don't have all the time. Emotional intelligence is not even a day course. It's like 3 days course it's like an intensive training you really need to undergo to answer all these questions. So it's not something I can just give you the answer like this. Some of you have issues with betrayal. A lot of things I cannot just start explaining. Trust. You say, I don't trust anybody. I only trust myself. Time will not permit me to go. I am not the one that is going to facilitate the training, but I can bet with you that the person that is going to undo that training is a very sound person when it comes to emotional intelligence. I'm going to be taking the self-concept part, the self-series, about self-love, self-care, self-concept, self-forgiveness, self-efficacy, self-healing, all the self, any self that you can think of. I'm going to be taking that. But I can assure you that the person that is going to be taking the emotional intelligence training is very, very sound in that area. And is going, yes, loving yourself outside your brain. You know, some people, and that is why, you know, a lady, I'm sorry for taking your time, a lady actually approached me about some personal things about relationship. And, you know, after I analyzed the whole thing, I discovered that it is not even the relationship that is having the problem. It is not even the partner, the spouse, or maybe the fiance or the boyfriend, because they are not married yet, that is having the problem. It's that lady herself. She has a lot of self-confidence issue. She has a lot of self-love issue. She has a lot of self-esteem issue. She has a lot of self-awareness issue. A lot of self. So it is not, at times it is not just about that job. And my boss is very, very hard. He used to do his house like this every day. He would just be doing his house like this. It is not even about the person. You need to work on yourself. And most of the time, when we invite people for training, they will not come. They say, 10,000. Where will I see 10,000? But when you want to buy Brazilian here, 35,000, you have money. When you want to buy Mongolese here, I don't know the names you call them, Mongolese here, 55,000, you have money. Come for 10,000 training to invest in yourself. You say you don't have money. I don't know. But some of the things that some of the questions that you ask here, I don't have answers to them. I don't have answers to them within 30 minutes because, you know, a lot of people, they have short attention span online. They don't want to stay a long period of time. But when you are in the class with your material, with the projector, with the facilitator, away from your phone, they will even ask you to off your phone. You will be able to concentrate, and whatever they are teaching you will enter your brain very well. So sometimes it is not even about that person. It is not about that your neighbor. It is not about that your customer. It is not about that your boss. It is just about you. Have you taken time to work on yourself? No. Because 10,000 is too much for you. Some of us, we can use 10,000 to buy Ashwebi, but we cannot use 10,000 to invest in ourselves. Now, whatever you invest in yourself is going to be yours and yours and yours till Mongolia, Peruvian here. Yes, thank you, Daremosu. She says, helping me to portray it. Now, whatever you invest in yourself is going to stay with you for life. Nobody can take it away from you. What I went to the university to study now, 30 years to this time, ask me, I will tell you. Because it's an investment in myself. But ask me about those shoes that I wear when I was in the university. Will I be able to produce them today? No. Whether it is 50,000 or 100,000, is it that the shoe is now bad or the shoe is now out of vogue and you cannot wear it again? So something happens to the shoe and you cannot wear it. But whatever you invest in yourself It is like an investment for eternity. When Professor Pius Adesomi died, all of us, we were shouting, even some of us that we don't know him. I did not know Professor Pius from before then, before he died. It was after he died that I came across him, and I have to go through his wall, and I can see the way he has been inspiring and impacting life. Professor Pius will not be able to impact life. Nobody would have mentioned Professor Pius today if Professor Pius has not invested in himself. Did you know that it is not Professor Pius that is the only Nigerian, that there is this other ambassador, Ambassador Abiodun something that also died in that plane crash. Nobody. I just read that thing. I was just like, but somebody said there's 2 people that died in this plane crash that are Nigerians. Who is the second person? I have to dig and dig and dig and dig and dig before I can even get the man's name. And can you imagine? He's even the former ambassador of Nigeria. He is a prominent person. But you know, when you don't invest in yourself, when you don't personally develop yourself, when you just rely on the thing they teach you in school, you become outdated. You become out of vogue. And that is why some people will die, you will not even hear their name again. Because all their life is on their certificate, on their BSc. What are you doing to add value to yourself? Apart from what you have learned in school. What are you doing to add value to yourself? Apart from the fact that Professor Pius is a professor, I am very sure he would have gone through a lot of training that made him who he is today. Oh, America Sun is just coming online and I'm just running up. You might be watching you might have to watch the replay. Where will the training take place? The training is going to take place at CITC Learning Center Ikeja, May 25th, Saturday, May 25th. Is an emotional intelligence training. It's going to be from morning to evening. We're going to be there from morning to evening, educating ourselves. The venue is CITC. If you check through my wall, in fact, go and check my cover photo. My cover photo is the flyer of the event. So, it is on this note, I want to say thank you to everyone that stayed glued to their phone. Esther, I think this is the first time Esther, yes, Ikeja, the training is going to be coming up at Ikeja. It's going to be coming up at Ikeja, Lagos. It's not an online training. We don't want distraction. Online training, a lot of distraction in online training. We want physical training. You see your facilitator eye to eye, and you can ask questions. Anything you want to ask, you can ask it there. You can explore the area, emotional intelligence and self-series. It's going to be a whole day training. Thank you very much for joining me. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you, Mercy. Thank you, Mosumala. Thank you, Mrs. Ajayi. If I am calling some people Mrs. and I'm not calling some people Mrs., I'm sorry. There are people that I know personally. That is why. So I might not know, maybe some people are Mrs. or not. And I don't want to offend anybody. Thank you, Sheifumi Akpekeola. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me, Toluola. Thank you all for joining me. I will see you again next week, Monday. I am actually very sorry. I was supposed to have this program yesterday, but some things happened that did not allow me to hold the show yesterday. So this program is every Monday by 8 p.m. Nigeria time. Please join me, invite your friends. If you have gotten value from this video, please share with your friends. I am not sure of the topic we are going to treat next week yet. But during the week, I'm going to come up with a topic and I'm going to let you know what the topic will be. Thank you once again. Thank you. My name is Omobabiri. Some people cannot pronounce my name. I am not even sure Messi can pronounce my name. My name is Omobabiri. Omobabiri is the Yoruba version of princess. But I like it that way. Omobabiri. Omobabiri Adiola Oshideko. I am an accountant by profession. I'm a trained and certified accountant. I am also a public speaker because I have passion for speaking. You can see the energy here and there. I love speaking. I love impacting life. I love being a solution to people's problems. I love writing. I am a published author. I am a training consultant. I am what again? I am a personal development coach. I used to forget that part of me. I am a personal development coach. Anything relating to personal development, talk about emotional intelligence, talk about personal branding, talk about personality development, talk about what else again? Communication skills, communication etiquette. So that you not go to interview and will be telling your interviewer that she's smelling nice. Communication etiquette, poise, style, grooming, manners. Those are the things I specialize on. Thank you very well for joining me. Yes, I have passion for speaking. I can speak 5 hours non-stop. I have a lot of passion and energy. When it comes to speaking, I am up and doing. Thank you very much for joining me. I will see you all next week when we will be discussing about another very important topic. And don't forget, whatever we have discussed here, it is just the watching part of what we are doing. You still need to pray. The Bible says watch and pray. While you are praying, don't neglect the watching part. You need to watch and pray. I will see you all next week by the grace of God. Thank you for joining me once again. God bless you. Have a very pleasant night rest.